Yes, what's going on, world? It's your man Rouse here, back again with another daily dose of health, wealth, and vibe. Bringing y'all nothing but that God vibe energy per usual. I hope all is well out there in the universe, in your universe at least. Today I wanted to get on here, just chop it up with y'all for a little bit. Today I want to discuss a few different things. In the society that we live in, right, we're all just trying to attain independence, right? We're all just trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. And because we live in a kind of a codependent world, if you want to say, we're independently coexisting, as I like to say. A lot of the independence that we seek, or the self-sufficiency that we seek, comes from through separation from other things, other people outside of ourselves. But upon some reflection, I kind of thought about, like, it has to be more to that, right? There has to be a reason why, when you separate from all the negative things in your life, right, why you're at a standstill. And it's like, where do you go from there? And kind of led me to understand that when you become independent and you extract all the negative bullshit from yourself, then all you're left with is who you are and what makes you you, or what has made you you up until now, right? And the majority of us think we know who we really are, but a lot of the time we're just existing in the space of our own ego, or our own desires, or our impulses, right? So from that standpoint, it's like, what do we become independent and self-sufficient from then? And to the answer to that, I would say our own impulses, our own desires, right? A lot of us don't understand how much we're led or driven by our own impulses, how much they cause us to react or act in any particular way, whether negatively or positively, right? But we're kind of stuck in this state where we're, we become the things that we feel, right? We think even our emotions or our thoughts are us, when really they're not, right? So I don't want to dig too deep into that, but I'll just say, like, we on our journey to become self-sufficient and independent. Let's make sure once we extract all the bullshit away that exists outside of ourselves, then remove ourselves from them impulses that make us feel a false sense of security or safety, or even ego satisfaction. A lot of those things only lead to deeper negativity, deeper wounds, right? It's like we're just putting band-aids over things that may need to be sewn up, that may need a little more further analysis and surgical procedure to get through, or go above and beyond it. You understand what I'm saying? So kind of, with that being said, it's like, kind of evaluate the unconscious desire to identify with objects or things outside of ourselves, right? And what's the effect of those things on our own ego, right? A lot of us try to amass all these different objects, all this amount of money and material shit, to kind of serve as an ego and answers for how we feel about ourselves, or our place within society or in the world, right? But the best thing that we can really do is have appreciation for these things, right? Have respect for the material. In ancient times, it wasn't foreign to the Egyptians or different tribes and different people of different nationalities and religions and cultures to, have respect and honor these inanimate objects as they would represent different things to them, right? But we have to not allow these things to be so immersed or connected to our own identity of ourselves. Remove that attachment to these objects that are serving as some type of ego and answer for you. Because once these things are removed, you're going to just be right back at square one again, trying to deal with who you are and what you've done to get to this place in your life. You understand what I'm saying? say, I always have respect for them. It's nothing wrong with wanting a nice pair of comfortable shoes. There's nothing wrong with wanting a nice home or vehicle, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be dominant in the stock market or the real estate or anything that gets your portfolio and your money right to take care of you and your family. There's nothing wrong with generational wealth. You understand what I'm saying? But we're simply talking about existing and being happy within your existence, right? Being removed from that fabric, removing that stitching that says that this is you. You aren't those things. They have nothing to do with who you are. 9 times out of 10, like I said before, you're more driven by those unconscious impulses that are being, I guess, fueled by your ego. Your ego is telling you, hey, I need to be satisfied this way. So, or I need this to feel satisfied. Or you need to say this to that person so that you can feel better about yourself. This is all ego. Don't attach yourself to anything outside yourself. And don't blame the ego. The ego is unconscious. It's going to do whatever it needs to do to satisfy itself. And at times, it's quite beneficial. You're going to need the ego at times to survive, but understand you are not your ego. You're not your emotions. You're not your feelings. Your thoughts. You are simply the consciousness that exists sit within yourself and look out into the world. That's you. That's who you are. You understand what I'm saying? And if I could just leave y'all with just one more note, man, it's just like, be a light for others. Even the people who seem to be ungrateful, even the people who seem to take it for granted, the contributions that you make to their lives. I'm not saying be a fool. Now, don't continuously feed people or fewer people who only desire to use you or to continuously live off negativity. Create separation from yourself. It's something in the Bible that says, love thy neighbor. And, that's a deep phrase. It's a deep understanding to really understand, like, what exactly to do with that, right? Love thy neighbor, right? But understand the boundaries and limits to which you need to love thy neighbor, right? If you're constantly fueling them with light and with love, and you feel like they're not taking it with the proper appreciation that you need them to take it with, or if you feel like they're in fact using with your light against you, then I wouldn't say that that's a neighbor that you continuously need to love. You can love them from an esoteric spiritual sense in terms of just wishing them well and hoping all the best for them in their life, but not to the degree where you need to be applying action to them to be applying continual effort. That's constantly just essentially going into a black hole, right? But sometimes the best way just to be love and to feel love is to be that to other people, right? To be light to other people. On my Instagram, I got a picture. Y'all can go follow me at Rouse World on Instagram, RILEZWORLD. I got a picture back in my basketball playing days. We would do community service, but we would just go do things with the youth. And one day we went to this Boys and Girls Club, Syracuse, New York, and the little kids saw how tall I was, so they all wanted me to lift them up, put them up on the basketball rim. So I did that, and the kid was so happy. And next thing I got a long line of kids behind me, right, just trying to get me to lift them up on this rim. I was exhausted. It was a workout, but it was all love. I can remember being a kid and wishing somebody lifted me up, regardless if I was too big or not. I wanted somebody to lift me up, but under that picture, my aunt commented and said, you not only made him feel tall in height, but tall in spirit, and that was exactly what I wanted to do, because my caption for that picture read, sometimes when you're going through things, the best thing that you can do is be of service to others, right? If you're looking for light or looking for love, be light or be love to other people. And then you'll eventually feel better about the things that you have in your life that make up your love and happiness within your life. So I appreciated her for telling me that, because it kind of just further exemplified what I believe to be true. And not only if she did tell me that, just seeing his reaction made me feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, 3 points, man. Just become self-sufficient and independent of your own impulses and desires. On top of or after you extract all the bullshit from outside the world that you want to be independent from, you know, and evaluate your unconscious desire to attach yourself to all these objects and these things that you feel like make up you and who you are. You know, evaluate the true value of these things, and if it's your ego telling you that you need these things, or if it's truly some type of emotional or spiritual reward for this. And like I said, just be light, man. Be light, be love. And do your best to be prosperous within that energy. Meaning, you know, even when you're going through, find reasons and find people to be light and love for. And I guarantee you, your self-love and your self-light will amplify to a higher degree than you even thought was possible before you did that. So again, this Rouse, man, back with another daily dose of health, wealth, and vibe. I'm always going to provide that God vibe energy. Please keep that love and light in your heart, man, and stay prosperous in any way that you can. You understand? Y'all stay blessed out there.